What it is, focus your homeboy Fur back again with another Put It On Something exclusive as I continue to ask the question, who's the GOAT QB? Now, as I've said previously, I know that this is a question that big sports media says has already been answered. The case is closed. Put your hands down. That is Tom Brady. But um, as I've said, and as many people have said, the old cliche is football is the ultimate team game. And I believe that is true. So, if that's the case, I feel like uh, the question deserves more analysis because I think the answer is more complex than just who has the most Super Bowls. You feel me? So, um, this is a great project. I started this project during the heights of the pandemic. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't want to start anything that I don't finish. And so I have dedicated myself to finishing this on out, leading up to this 2022 new NFL season. You understand? And y'all see who we're doing today. All right. We're chronicling Jim Kelly of the Buffalo Bills. You understand? But before we get into it, y'all go ahead and do that. It costs you nothing to hit that button. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead and do that. Share this shit with your friends because I told y'all I am the man that's gonna help you win the barbershop. I am the man that's gonna help you win the group text. You understand? I'm gonna help you with ammunition, with information to go into those arguments and win those arguments. You feel me? So let's go ahead and get into it, though. All right, we're doing Jim Kelly today, as I said. Jim Kelly played 11 seasons in the NFL from 1986 to 1996, all with the Buffalo Bills. Okay, now that's kind of interesting because he did not want to play for the Buffalo Bills. He was actually drafted in 1983 by the Bills, but he literally chose to play for the Houston Gamblers and the USFL. He wanted to do that rather than play for the Buffalo Bills. Okay, he played in the USFL for 2 years with the Gamblers. He won MVP and put up like crazy, stupid numbers as a rookie. Uh, his team eventually merged with Donald Trump's New Jersey Generals, but he never played for them because the league ended up folding. Okay, so he did end up going to the Bills, and the rest is history. He's known for his toughness. He's known for his swagger. He's known for being the master of no huddle offenses. But he's infamous for going to 4 straight Super Bowls, but not winning any of them. Okay. So we're going to get into all of that. I do want to point this out, though, because I thought this was something that was heart wrenching, but also motivating. He wanted a son so badly, and he finally got that son. But his son had a debilitating disease called crab disease, and his son eventually passed away from that. His son did outlast the doctor's timetable, but his son did die from that. Also, later on, Jim Kelly would get cancer, and he fought that. So on the field, he was known for his toughness, but even off the field, he's become synonymous with toughness as well for going through this real life shit. You feel me? Uh, so all of that put together is, part of the reason why folks in Buffalo love him so much. But let's go ahead and get to his resume. You feel me? He didn't win any MVPs, all right, but he is in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame class of 2002. As I said, didn't win any Super Bowls. Came very close in one of those bowls. Okay, that in 1990 he lost by 1 point. 1 point. Okay, in the Super Bowl after the 1990 season. They lost by 1 point. Kicker Scott Norwood missed a 47-yarder that would have won it. All right. But like I said, he does have those 4 Super Bowl appearances, though. That's after the 1990, 1991, 1992, and 1993 seasons. But they lost in the first one, they lost to, I want to say that was the Giants. Then they lost after the 91 season, they lost to the then Washington Redskins. And then in the next 2, back to back, they lost to the Dallas Cowboys. But his playoff record overall was 9-8. Playoff passing yards, he put up 3,863. Playoff passing yards per game was 227.2. Playoff touchdowns was 21. Playoff interceptions 28. So he was underwater on that. Okay. Playoff passer rating was 72.3. Regular season record was pretty good, 101 and 59. Regular season passing touchdowns, 237, which ranked 12th when he retired. He's now 29th as I tape. His regular season interceptions was 175. That ranked 28th when he retired. That's now 44th. All right, his passing yards cumulatively were 35,467. That ranked 10th when he retired. So he was in the top 10 for passing yards when he retired, but that's now 29th. Regular season passer rating was 84.4. That ranked 6th when he retired. That's now tied for 51st. His regular season passing yards per game was 221.7. His rushing yards were 304, and his rushing touchdowns was 7. Okay. Now we know with these statistics, they could have been somewhat better, but he did have those 2 years that he played in the USFL. Okay. So maybe if he comes straight into the NFL as a rookie, maybe some of those numbers that he put it up in the USFL, they probably wouldn't have been as gaudy because the competition was better. But those little nuggets of history do add to the context of things. All right, but let's get to what I love. I keep telling y'all, if you watch the other joints on this, I love to see, okay, what did this brother have around him? Big sports media try to act like it's just the quarterback, like the quarterback's on the field at the same time. No, let's look at what else was going on, okay? We got to start with defense. All right, so the number of top 10 scoring defenses that Jim Kelly had at his disposal was 4, okay? And we know that his defense was led by the legendary sack master, Mr. Bruce Smith, okay? In terms of rushing offenses, and the number of top 10 rushing offenses that he had was 9. They had a legendary run game, okay? So 9 top 10 rushing offenses out of his 11 seasons in the league. That's pretty damn good. That means he got something to rely on, you feel me? And they had the number 1 rushing offense in 1991 and 1992. And both of those years, they did go to the Super Bowl. All right. As I will discuss later, that rushing game was led by Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas. Okay. In terms of his coach is a Hall of Famer, Mr. Marv Levy. He was in the Hall of Fame class of 2001. Just like Jim Kelly, his reputation is sullied by the lack of the Super Bowl victory in any of these 4 opportunities. But man, 4 straight appearances, that's still hella impressive to me. But notable offensive teammates that he had with him, as I mentioned previously, he had Mr. Thurman Thomas, Hall of Fame running back in the class of 2007. Okay. He played with Jim Kelly from 1988 to 1996, and he himself was the MVP in 1991. Okay. Thurman Thomas led the NFL in total yards from scrimmage for 4 straight years. This one, though, running backs folks don't talk about enough. Thurman Thomas was a bad motherfucker, man. Now, from that 90s era, you're always going to hear about Emmett and Barry, deservedly so, okay? Barry got all the highlight plays, and he did numbers. Emmett is the number 1 all-time leading rusher, and he got 3 bowls. But Thurman Thomas is a bad motherfucker, man. He deserves his credit. This man rushed for 1,000 yards in 8 straight years. You feel me? Thurman Thomas one and one. Also, Jim Kelly played with Andre Reed, Hall of Fame wide receiver in the class of 2014. He played with Kelly from 1986 to 1996. He's considered the best wide receiver in Bills history. Now, I know Mr. Diggs up there right now in Buffalo may have something to say about that before things are over with, but we shall see. Okay, again, these boys went to 4 straight Super Bowls. All right, we got to see what they up at Mr. Diggs and Mr. Josh Allen gonna goddamn do now. Folks are betters, and a lot of folks saying, oh, they coming and stuff. We gonna see. Okay, we gonna see. But for right now, Andre Reed, he's that one for Buffalo Bills history. All right, he was one of the best in the game at yak. Okay, yards after catch and going across the middle. And this is at a time when you go across that middle, you will get your goddamn head knocked off. Okay, wasn't all this defenseless receiving, all that kind of, which is good. Look, we need that. Okay, I'm one of the ones. I watched the concussion movie. I watched the concussion documentary and shit like that. I believe in that shit. Okay, fuck that CTE. Protect the players. Cool, I'm down with that. But when we're comparing errors, man, we gotta get these brothers from the past credit. And Andre Reed was one of those ones that still would go across that middle, take that lick, maybe bounce off a lick and still keep going. This man was a great receiver as well. All right. Jim Kelly also played with James Lofton, who was a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He was in the class of 2003. He played with Kelly from 1989 to 1992. Now, his best years for real with the Packers, my Green Bay Packers, but he did make a Pro Bowl with the Bills in 1991 when he went for 1,000 yards at 35 years old. And that year, he also had a game of 220 yards. Okay, so that's hella impressive. All right, so he did have some things around him. He had some weapons around him. Definitely had a running game with Thurman Thomas. I mean, they went to 4 straight Super Bowls, man. 4 straight. That's fucking incredible. I know we see stuff like that, like in basketball. You know what I'm saying? You saw Bron in the Heat went to 4 straight finals. Then you saw Bron with the Cavs go to all the finals. But that's a series. That's a series. Best team gonna win in a series. Football is win or go home. You know what I'm saying? So for 4 straight years, for these guys to dominate that AFC like that and make it to 4 straight Super Bowls, yeah, I know they didn't get it done. You know, Scott Norwood missed, and that one was the closest one that they got to winning. But god damn, man, I think this team and this quarterback deserves some credit for that. You know what I'm saying? I do. I do. But that's up to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think Jim Kelly slick got a stake? Does he have a claim to say that he is indeed the GOAT quarterback? Do y'all think if he was able to get his hands on one of those balls, let's say Scott Norwood makes that kick, how does that change your perception of Kelly? You feel me? Let me know what y'all think. And y'all don't forget to do this. All right. Cost you nothing to hit that button. But I'm going to continue to ask, who's the GOAT QB? All right. Put it on some. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me across all social media platforms. Like the videos and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit StatementTeesLLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.